Welcome back to the History of Bitcoin for Financial Advisors. This is video number 4, Satoshi's White Paper. Now, in our last video, we saw how the cypherpunks, they laid the groundwork, proof of work, digital cash experiments, and the drive for privacy. By 2008, the ingredients were on the counter. What was missing was a master chef to combine them into a single recipe and ultimately to bake a beautiful cake that we now call Bitcoin. The chef was Satoshi Nakamoto. On October 31st, 2008, Satoshi posted a short white paper to the cypherpunk mailing list. The title was simple: Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. It was just 9 pages. It was written in plain English, explained how all the puzzle pieces could finally fit together. I think every financial advisor should read it. Anyone can read it. It's not written in computer code. It's clear. It's elegant. It's surprisingly easy to follow. Now, I couldn't follow all the software details, but you read this 9 pages, and you totally get the concept. Satoshi's white paper introduced a term called the time chain. This is what we now call the blockchain. He called the blockchain the time chain because he brilliantly tied time into the process. This is where transactions are grouped into blocks every 10 minutes. This created a market that clears itself forever. It solved what was known as the double spending problem by making past transactions effectively unchangeable. Now, for the first time in history, 2 people could exchange digital value directly without having to trust a bank or any sort of intermediary. No government, nobody needed to be in between. What should a financial advisor take from this? When a client asks, "Why should I take Bitcoin seriously?" you can point out that it solved the double spending problem. That's what made digital scarcity real. Scarcity is what gives money its value, any kind of money. But the brilliance went further. Satoshi explained proof of work, not just as a way to secure the system, but also as a way to tie the digital world to the physical world. Creating new Bitcoin requires real energy. It anchors Bitcoin in reality. You can't just produce it for nothing. You have to expend a lot of energy to produce a Bitcoin. Just as important, Satoshi introduced difficulty adjustment, a brilliant innovation. The way it works is, every 2 weeks, the Bitcoin system recalibrates to keep the blocks arriving every 10 minutes. No matter how much computing power is being thrown at it, this difficulty adjustment was a stroke of genius, and that's what made Bitcoin scalable and resilient. So what's the advisor takeaway from this? Think of difficulty adjustment as an autopilot. It's the mechanism that keeps Bitcoin's engine humming smoothly through the turbulence the technology advances as more miners are joining or dropping off. Without this difficulty adjustment, Bitcoin would not have lasted. It was able to adjust as technology improved and the speed of computers improved. Every few blocks, the difficulty adjusts to compensate. The white paper landed during the worst financial crisis in decades. Banks were failing, markets were in chaos, and governments were bailing out the very institutions that had caused all this disaster. Into that moment, Satoshi released the blueprint for a money system that's totally outside of government control. Here's my challenge to you. Before the next 12 months passes, I want you to log 100 hours studying this topic of Bitcoin. Nights, weekends, commuting back and forth to work. Just figure out a way to make it happen. Those who do are going to serve clients that others are not going to be able to. Those who don't are going to be irrelevant as time goes on. If you want the roadmap, The full article for this series is linked below. Take the challenge. Next time, we're going to talk about the launch of the Bitcoin network itself in January of 2009. It's called the Genesis block, the very first block of transactions, and why Satoshi chose a newspaper headline to etch that first block into history.